Welcome to the Life and Business Podcast. I'm your host, Sue Bravo. This is where we help you to live life well and do business better. And on this episode, we're going to be talking all about your doubts, your fears, and the questions that come up when you're navigating the big question of, is entrepreneurship actually my calling? Let's get to work. Personally, I don't think you ever realize it's your calling until you're in the thick of it, you're doing it, you begin to take steps into your identity and your mission, and then you realize, this is it. This is what I was made for. I was made to make an impact with the gifts that I've been given to steward. And then you begin to be on bigger mission, not just for your own impact, but for the community and for world impact. And this is going to lead you to a mission that is far greater than just financial freedom and lifestyle freedom. So I define entrepreneurship as anything that you're doing to generate income outside of the traditional 9 to 5, aka making money from somewhere that you don't have a boss, right? And so this is going to require you to get out and be seen, get out and help people to understand why they actually want the thing that you're selling, and then also making offers for people to actually buy your stuff. And so if you're doing any of those three things, be seen, provide value, and make offers, you are an entrepreneur. And so when you identify as an entrepreneur and you feel like, hey, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, you're going to get lots of doubts and lots of fears. And here are the most common concerns and doubts that my clients bring to me. The first one is, I'm not sure if this is actually my calling. If God called me to this, it should be easy. It's so hard, I doubt that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I want you guys to just take a personal inventory and ask yourself, have any of these thoughts ever crossed your mind? And so in short, the answer that I give my clients when they come to me with these thoughts is, I don't know. I don't know if it's your calling until you step into this and you start taking action, and then you know and you realize it for yourself. It's like you don't know that bubblegum ice cream is the best ice cream in the entire world until you try bubblegum ice cream. And personally, I don't like bubblegum ice cream, but everybody in my family, my kids, my husband, they all love it. But I think about my kids, how they would never have known that this is their favorite ice cream if they didn't experience it for themselves, right? My husband can tell them all the time exactly what it is and how it tastes, but they will never know that it's their favorite until they have experienced it for themselves. And even though that's like a silly story, that's how entrepreneurship and really feeling like this is your calling, that's exactly how it is. You're going to experiment and you're going to try, and then you're going to realize and come to a place where you're like, this is it. This is what I am meant to do. And I think about my story of like how I am where I am now. Before the pandemic, I was doing grazing tables, selling meat and cheese. And even though I loved it and it was a creative outlet and I was so passionate about doing this for people and for hosts, right, helping them in this way, I realized that this was not it. This was not what I was supposed to be doing long term. And the pandemic was a gift for my business because I was able to pause that and I was able to transition into just like hosting online parties for my friends. It was really just like a fun thing to do at that time. I had joined a network marketing company, and I was opening oysters for pearls, and I would send those pearls to my company, and they would put it into jewelry pieces that clients, friends, and family had purchased. And so that led me to just being on social media a lot and showing up on there a lot. And then at the time, I was also on the board for a nonprofit mom organization, and that's when all of my mom friends started seeing me on social media and doing my business stuff. And a lot of them really wanted something for themselves as well. They really wanted to find kind of like their calling. And so they asked me if I could show them how to do social media and I could show them how to start their own business. And so that's kind of how I got into coaching. I started helping moms start, build, and grow their own business, leveraging social media specifically. And as I kind of transitioned and pivoted, I moved away from just social media as a tool and really just into business coaching, helping anybody start any kind of business online or in person. And then as I was in my business coaching phase, I attended a Tony Robbins event where I just experienced life-changing things happening. And that was when I experienced life coaching. I was like, this is it. This is what life coaching is. And in the back of my mind, I had always wanted to be a life coach. I just never knew what that meant. And many of you are probably also like, what is a life coach? And so when I actually experienced life coaching for myself, I realized this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I was in this phase of, how do I marry the life coaching and the business coaching all together? And I feel like as I continue to just take the steps that I did see forward, it has led me to right where I am now, doing this podcast about life and business. And The analogy that I like to give my clients is like you're taking steps in just fog, right? Entrepreneurship fog. And you can ever only see the one next step in front of you. And so as you begin to take steps, you begin to see the next one and the next one and the next one. And eventually you will get to this place, to this feeling where you're like, this is it. This is exactly what I'm meant to do. This is exactly what I've been called to do, to steward my specific gifts in this way. And so that's what I found when I pivoted to both the life and business coaching, to be able to help people to do exactly what we're trying to help you guys do on this podcast: live life well and do business better. And so when you get to that place, you will just have this feeling and just know. And many of you probably already have had that feeling of like, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. But the doubts and the fears come up for you guys. And that's okay. We're going to be in the next episode. We are going to be talking all about how to actually step into your entrepreneurial calling. And that's going to be talking a lot about your fears and your doubts as well. And something I want to note here is that like, just because it's your calling doesn't mean it's going to be easy. In fact, when you begin to step into your calling, when you begin to try to make an impact on this world, the opposition is just going to be trying to stop you from doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. In fact, I think about like society, right? Society and all the oppositions, they want you to actually stay right where you are, stagnant, complacent, mediocre, right? Why would they want you to be doing more in the world? Why would they want you to be doing more in your life? And so not stepping into your calling is what, like, again, just things that are going to be coming around you are trying to stop you from doing. They're going to stop you from trying to make your impact, steward your gifts, and be on bigger mission. And the way they also do this is to really have you be self-focused. And so when you're coming with these doubts, when you're coming up with these fears, right, it all comes back to just you, right? You're so self-focused of like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing, right? Is this really my calling? Versus like, what are my gifts? What am I supposed to be doing for the world, right? What does the world need from me right now? And so when we are just so self-focused, that prevents us from seeing the bigger picture of what we're supposed to be on mission to do. And so as you journey with us, my hope is that you're so encouraged and equipped to begin to live life well and do business better, so that you don't ever have to sacrifice your values or personal priorities. And on the next episode, we're going to be talking all about how to actually step into your entrepreneurial calling. What does this mean? What does this look like? And what are the character traits required to do so? If you found this episode valuable, please like, subscribe, and tell your friends. And if you'd like support and clarity to begin to live life well and do business better exactly how you envision it, click the link in the show notes or description for support, guidance, coaching, and more resources. See you guys on the next episode.